Hey, what's up, y'all? You were listening to your Mental Matters podcast. I'm
Yeah.
your girl Mo, and for those of you watching, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
We are back with another episode, and a very special guest, and a friend to the pod because this is his second time here.
Yes.
We got Yatta Racks in the
Yeah, we
building.
here. Mo, what's
Yeah,
up?
what's up,
What's
gang? Yeah, I
up?
mean,
Your
the,
mental matters
no, for sure.
podcast. We
But
here.
right, and what they don't want to
What
hear,
they don't
Yatta
want to
Yatta
hear.
Racks.
Yeah, like Yada Racks, like all that good stuff. Like she said, friend to the pod,
Yeah,
cousin in real life.
in real
Know what's
life.
going on, right?
Yeah.
So, shouts to what they don't want to hear. Shouts to your mental matters. Pleasure to have me. I'm thankful to be here.
No, for
Thank you,
sure.
Mo. I really appreciate it.
Of course, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm, happy to have you. I think, like you just shared, like me and I call him Kenyatta because that's his real name. I don't know
Facts.
if you be giving out your government, but
I
I
mean,
think
hey,
I can use the government because
yeah,
we related.
that
Okay.
ass like no count.
Yeah, but I either call him Kenyatta or Ken
Right.
for short, but like the public may know you as Yada or Yada Racks.
Yada rags. Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm happy that like we connected, right? Like
Facts.
I'm very much so like and we've had this conversation on your pod before where like sometimes I'm just super like low key and like to
Yeah. To
myself.
yourself. Facts.
Right. And I'm not, but it's not like intentional. It's not like
Right.
I say to myself like I just
This
don't
how
want
I'm gonna be today.
right. Like I just
Yeah.
don't want to interact. But I think like the way how me and Yada reconnected
Yeah.
after like so many years was like at a family
Yeah.
event.
Yeah. You bet. Facts.
Right.
Shouts
And
to great granny.
yeah. And I actually really appreciate the fact that we reconnected.
Nah, me too.
Yeah,
And
because
it's so crazy. Like from the first time we connected, Mo was like, "Yeah, so like, what you been up to?" I'm like,
yeah.
"Yeah, I got a podcast." She's like, "What? I got a podcast too." And
Right.
then that was just like the connection, and then it's like, yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
to even I'm happy too because it's like now it's like another platform that I could come on, and you're
For
a
sure.
therapist as well,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like you know what I'm saying. Like it's just cool to have resources, and we have a lot of resources in family. That's another thing we spoke about too.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm blessed too. I'm glad to have you as a cousin and do this again. So it's
Yes.
like pleasure to you even having the space to continue because we shot a couple of months ago, but
Right.
you could have declined. But
For
you
sure.
stayed on your shit.
Yeah.
You kept the message pushing, you kept the movement going. So
Mm-hmm.
congrats to you. Kudos to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And same to you, because
Thank you.
your podcast is flourishing. You guys are doing your
Yeah.
thing. You and Reef. Shout out to Reef.
Shouts to Reef Major, man. Shouts
Yeah.
to
Hey
Reef
Reef.
Major, the big Reef Major.
For
Facts.
sure. For
Yeah.
sure. And the last time when we did the collaboration, Reef was here and
Yeah.
it was a great episode. There was like gems dropped in there too, even
Yeah.
just about podcasting
Facts.
as a whole, because um I feel like podcasting has grown so much. Like,
Word.
I know when I started podcasting, people didn't know what podcasting was.
Yeah.
Right. And so like now to see where it's flourished and grown to, and especially us like black people being in it
Exactly.
and doing well in it is always like
Facts. Nah,
great.
for sure. Like, and it's so crazy. There's another just a piggyback of refloor, like reconnecting with the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one that reached out to me and we reached out to you about the PodCon in Philly.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
So it was just
Absolutely.
like on that, it was just like we connected there again.
Mm-hmm.
We both got gems
Yeah.
for podcasts. Kudos to Wallow and Gilly
Yeah.
because like what they don't want to hear, we really started taking off and started
Yeah.
doing different things off of things that we learned just in that room. And like I said, we'll continue to see the ascension of your podcast as well. I'm pretty sure I can see that
Mm-hmm.
you use some of the gems that you picked up inside that room. So
Mm-hmm.
like you said, us people, looking like us, we always got to go harder and
Absolutely.
think a little differently and do things a little more creatively so we can get to maybe the same plateau as the other side. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So kudos to us for real.
No, for sure. Absolutely. Like I feel like we always have to I mean that's a well like a known fact. I feel like black people,
Hmm.
we just having to work hard.
Yeah,
Just historically, that's just in our nature, like
that's
where,
a fact though.
it's wired in our DNA. But I think when it comes to even like creative stuff or just like
Hmm.
podcasting, I feel like it comes so naturally.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're the culture.
For sure.
We're the culture.
For
It's like I was telling you too in the messages like yo the influence that like podcasts have is so it's amazing to see because it's like it's kind of like a positive light in a
Yep.
way because unless like a lot of negativity is not like negativity is gonna go right but
Hmm.
just to see like certain podcasts there's viral moments where people are laughing, you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
it's not laughing, it's not dark humor, it's I find it funny, like the internet and social media is funny to me because everything is so relatable.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, how did this comedian know exactly
Yep.
this thing set step by step? And it's like, yo, you felt like, yo, you've experienced that, you've done
Yeah.
that, you've seen that, you did that exact thing, hoping and thinking that you was the only one that ever did that.
Right.
And then you see some shit, it's like, yo, other people are doing this too. So it's kind of like,
Mm.
I like the inclusivity that like podcasts offer, because at the end of the day, it's just thought. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could be in a room with 100 people. You just see 100 people, but those 100 people have minds.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of people, their minds. Like, what do you really think? Like, what's your day-to-day mind thoughts, process, things of that nature?
Yeah.
So it's like now podcasts give like creatives and people with the higher motion of the mind to
Mhm.
express themselves and be able to give people that may not be there, but they want to feel like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Give them something like a parallel to connect with.
Yes.
So I think that's why it's so major, like podcast, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
I think that's so true.
right.
So true.
And like just to piggyback off that some more, it's like me and Reef, like we realized we built like a therapy session. Like our podcast, it didn't really become like, it's not an episode, it's a therapy session almost. Like we're
Yeah.
excited because every time we walk away, we're just so excited just because we share gems and learn things
Mhm.
from different people. And we was just having this conversation yesterday, actually, like we have the podcast in real time. Like,
Yeah.
so where we was there when that gem was dropped that you may have seen on Instagram, but it just so happened it was 4 weeks later.
Yeah.
It was just introduced to your life, but I've been on that gem since 4 weeks ago. So what do you think we already did with that information? Kind of flipped it,
Yeah.
quadrupled it already, and then now we got new information that we already learning. So
Yep.
I just like the like you said, just the conversation and the minds being interacted with. It's a therapy session and an
Mhm.
outlet for people, and we all need that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I
All
think
right.
that's so true. I think just to what you're saying there too, like experience, like being a part of the podcast and the gems being dropped in real
Yeah.
time versus the audience receiving it later on
Yeah.
is two different experiences
For sure.
for sure. So I think like
Yeah.
and those moments when those gems come, I think always hit so
Always
crazy.
hit different because
Yeah.
exactly it's real life time, and then it's like, damn, like you already made the altar that day on the way home. Like I was
Yep.
telling Reef, like that last that me and Reef do before we part ways after we just killed the episode. It's just like, damn, like
Mm-hmm.
we really just did that. We
Yep.
always cheesing full of good energy. So it's like, yeah, like cause we know we just discovered some new gem that we about to go apply to our life right now, actually. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the audience might receive it 4 weeks later, it still hit the same, but it's just like I just love the fact that boom, it's just like it's a gap between it. But
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. It happens how it happens. But I do like the space that it creates, like a therapy session.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that's why I love your pod so much as well, because it favors that. Like your mental matters. It's like that title is just so soothing. Like you hear your mental matters, it's like, yo, like you could just go in there and just chill. Like
For
there's
sure.
no pressure. Like
None
exactly.
whatsoever. No, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Also, shout out to Rhythm and Juice. You know what I'm saying? I got some Rhythm and Juice in this
Yes.
spot for the gang. Today we sipping on success. It's apple, pineapple, passion fruit.
Ooh, can I open
Of
mine?
course, you don't gotta
Okay.
ask. Come on now.
Shout out to Rhythm and Juice,
Yeah,
okay?
back
And
to Rhythm and Juice.
these are great. Like the last time we recorded, Yatta brought these in and they were punching. I felt like so as soon as I drank it, I felt healthy. I was like, I felt so healthy.
Nah, word.
Does this have ginger in it, you said?
Nah, no ginger. That's apple, pineapple, and passion fruit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Tap in, yeah. Follow us on the gram
Mm-hmm.
at Rhythm in the Juice. You know what I'm saying? DM us. We're based in Queens. Me and my grandmother. We make and sell fresh juices. We have health shots, 2 ounce shots, Seymour's punch, all that good stuff. So DM us. Health is wealth.
Yeah.
That's our promotion. We know we want to
Mhm.
say hashtag make healthy be health make being healthy cool.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like some people be too cool to be healthy, and it's like it don't make no sense.
That's
Like
weird. Yeah, for sure.
very weird.
For
So
sure.
we try to make being healthy cool, fresh natural juices. They taste very good. It's
Yeah.
hot outside in NYC. Goodness gracious. You have one of these though, you're gonna feel better. I promise you. Like
Yes,
I promise you.
absolutely. We've been in a heat wave for a week straight.
Yeah, like
Okay.
it got brutal. I ain't gonna lie. AC had to go in. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
AC
Yes.
had to go in. It's
A-
too crazy out here right now.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, man.
Okay. And so yeah, let's get into some
Let's
of
do it.
our subject matter for today. Well, before we get into it, right?
Yeah.
I do want to start off. Usually every episode I start off with a check-in, right? It's
Mhm.
the mental health check-in, just to check in and to see how your mental health has been
Yeah.
lately. How you been doing?
I've been great. I'm not gonna lie. Just also too, like the real reason why we here, you feel what I'm saying? We dropping the new album, question mark, new pop album. It's gonna be my third album.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And I'm just excited just because I love being able to see process. I mean growth and process.
Yeah.
So like that's why you do things for longevity. So if you do something for 3, 4, 5 years, when you have year 5, you can actually sit back and look at year 1
Mm-hmm.
and see like, dang, like I thought I was ill at year 1, but I could critique it now and be like, bro, you feel me, you wasn't making that cut right, or you wasn't doing this right. So you can be like, okay, cool. Then you can look at year 3 and be like, oh shoot, like this is where I kind of picked up.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why my mental has been so happy and great lately, is because I'm literally advancing in certain practices, and then I'm looking back, seeing the improvement, seeing the growth, and it's a beautiful thing to see for real.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, how's your mental? How you feeling?
Oh, thank you for
Yeah,
asking.
we
Oh,
gotta check in on the therapist too.
I
You feel
love
me? I gotta make
that.
sure
This
you
is like
good too.
the second time that, because
Yeah,
the last episode we had, the guest asked me too, and I was like, oh, I love this because it
yeah.
doesn't happen often, right? So I'm just like, how am I? I'm okay. I think this week, like we were chopping it
hmm
up a little bit in the elevator coming up,
Yeah,
that this week has just been long.
right.
So I think mentally I feel like tired. I think I
Yeah.
feel tired physically, but also mentally too, because
hmm
we were today's Sunday, and then the work week starts again Monday, and I
Right.
have, like, I have a full caseload of clients, which,
Yeah.
I love and am
Exactly. I
grateful
know.
and appreciative of.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm so tired.
Yeah, your battery,
I'm
your
tired.
battery got a charge too.
Yeah.
I know, I get it. Like,
Yeah.
I get it.
So I think that's what it is. I'm just a little tired, but overall though, like I think, you know,
Yeah.
I'm great. It's summer, the weather's warm, we got the sun longer, so that's good.
Yeah.
Um so yeah, no other complaints, I think,
Right.
outside of just feeling like I need to rest.
Just one of those weeks.
Yeah,
You got
it was a week.
yeah.
It just felt long. I'm like, the week's
Yeah.
not over?
Nah, I feel you. I know those weeks. I know those weeks. And you
Yes.
gotta kind of push through this one so you can get that rest.
Yes,
So
exactly.
that's what you got at the end, at the end of the tunnel, rest is waiting for you. You just gotta get there.
Mhm.
Just push through, Mo. It's all right.
Mhm.
You got it.
Absolutely. Yes. No, thank you for that.
Nah, you welcome.
For sure. And yeah, so let's get into, thank you for the check-in.
Of course.
I definitely want to get into some of, I know we debriefed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some, topics that you actually wanted to kind of
Oh
bring
yeah,
into the
yeah, yeah.
conversation today and touch on. So I wanted to start there, right? With
Yeah, let's do
one
it.
of the first ones that you mentioned wanting to talk about is believing people's true colors,
Oh yeah.
right? So what were you thinking
Oh,
about that topic?
so feel me, like I said, when you think of your mental matters podcast, like
Mm-hmm.
it just sounds soothing. So it's like I wanted to basically cause I think like a lot of times like in people's like mentals, they misconceive certain things or
Yeah.
misperceive certain things, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I believe you gotta believe people's true colors, right? So if somebody's showing you purple, you can't tell yourself you're seeing yellow.
Right.
You can't like, like it's easy to do that though, just because you want to believe like, nah, like that person not like that. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Nah, we really rock like that. Like that person could never do me like that.
Right.
But they showed you purple 3 times in a row. But you was like, first you said yellow, then you said green, now you saying orange. You feel me? You changing colors.
Right.
But that person or that thing is still purple.
Yes.
So you gotta believe it. So like I kind of just wanted to just drop that gem for the people out there real quick.
That's a gem
Uh
for sure.
yeah.
I think that's very true. I mean, just on a mental health level, I think sometimes that's just like some people are in denial, some
hmm
people are like want to avoid like reality,
Right.
because sometimes the delusion feels more comfortable,
Yeah.
or feels, just better for them in that moment.
hmm
But I think it kind of hurts you in the long run, I think, if you keep
Exactly.
on, if you don't
Right.
take what you see the first time.
And that's what I'm saying. So like the piggyback, like essentially it's not conducive for your mental.
Exactly.
So on your mental matters, we trying to provide good things that you can do to clear your mental and get to a better mental, so to say.
Yeah.
So I would say like, you gotta believe people's true colors, because if you don't, like you're gonna just find yourself in the same situation
Mm-hmm.
and still, like you said, the delusion.
Yeah.
So we gotta try to clear up the delusion and get the delusion up out of there so we can get
Absolutely.
to clarity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Very true.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you for sharing that.
No, no, no. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. I told you this is a prestigious platform. Like, everybody can't really come up here,
For sure. That's a whole fact. I really
I
want you to
told
know that.
you.
The audience really needs to know that. Like, I don't, like, I'm pretty selective with who because there have been people who have reached out and wanted to come on the podcast.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that because I feel like the conversation around mental health is, everyone should be having that conversation.
Yeah.
So if ever someone wanted to come on the platform, I'm open to that.
Right.
But I also think, like, Yeah, I think over the years, because I've been podcasting now for a couple of years,
Mm-hmm.
I've become a little bit more selective about who I want to share the space with or just
Right.
have conversations with. And I mean, you being my family, honestly, is kind of what what
Yeah.
kind of like made me say like, yeah, of course,
Right.
because I mean,
You know me to the essence.
yes,
Facts.
exactly. And even though I'm not like super, super like family oriented, which my audience knows because I've talked about, and I'm growing in, right? I'm growing in
Mm-hmm.
just being more like, just understanding like why connecting with family is so important.
Yeah.
You know, even though like, you know, and I talked about this, I think, on your podcast too, that like,
Yeah.
you know, my background family wise, it wasn't necessarily the smoothest, which a lot of people's isn't.
Right.
But I think
Exactly.
that plays a part too in why like I kind
Mm-hmm.
of just my view or idea of family has been different.
Yeah.
But I think I'm growing in it now where it's like, no, like,
You can lean back on family.
yeah,
But it's just like anything though, like we spoke about, like everybody gotta play their part. Like
yeah,
you're not gonna just overextend just because you're quote unquote family.
of
You
course.
know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it's vice versa. So it's like worry,
Yes.
but you can like even though we don't know each other's whole life story, we spent couple of
For
Thanksgivings back to back
sure.
to back to back together. So it's like that's what I'm saying. Like in the true
That's a
essence of
fact.
just being kids, having fun, playing Need
Yes.
for Speed. It's 8 cousins in one room, one PlayStation, and we playing a 1 player game. Like
Yes.
everybody got to wait their turn. Like little
Definitely.
stuff like that. Those are moments that I hold near and dear to my heart that I
Yeah.
don't necessarily speak about or think about every day, but
Yeah.
those are some of like when people ask like, "Yo, why you always so happy?" or "Why you such like a from?" I'm a kid at heart. Like I have a lot of moments that I cherish that I felt that I still remember to this day just
Yeah.
because it was so loving, and that's
Absolutely.
what pushes me. Like knowing
Yes.
that you can have those moments again. It might not necessarily be in the same form or fashion, but you can bring together your loved ones and you guys can share a significant moment. Like that's what I live for. That's what I want to provide. That's why I go so hard for what
Mm-hmm.
I do because I want to bring my loved ones together and experience more moments like that where we
Yeah.
create. We all like, oh my god, like this is lovely. Like those family moments. So
Yeah.
that's what I grind for. Like that's what makes my mental clear is being able to provide those moments for not just for me but for my family.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's your even like motivation,
Yeah,
you
like
know?
I want to see my family be great. Like,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? Like one person could just change the whole narrative for everything. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? It's
Mm.
but it's like you could have a lot of money, but if you got a lot of money, what was the purpose of it? You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like I wanna get it and make my family's like a little more comfortable, a little more
Of
easier.
course.
Like that's the mission, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. I say the same. Like, you know, at least the people that I could think of, like my friends and my family actually. Like if
Yeah.
I ever, which, you know, we manifest in when I get to that place,
Exactly. We
right?
gonna get there.
When I get to
Facts.
that place of
Yeah.
just like financial freedom, essentially, like
Facts.
the people that's been around, like my friends, my family, the
Yeah.
people that I care about will also, I feel like,
Right.
reap some of those benefits.
Of
Because it's like,
easily.
why would I just store all of it for self?
It's
That's
easily.
crazy,
And
right?
it's on simple where it's just it might be a Tuesday and you was just going to get some food and you
Yeah.
had now you feel me you upgrade you got a $400 budget.
Yeah.
Ma, let's go to this restaurant. Just cause I
Yeah.
was gonna probably go there anyway, but I
That's
don't want to
dope.
go by myself today.
Yeah.
So let's go, Ma. You know what I'm saying? Little
Yeah.
stuff like that. They're excited because
Yes.
we're not used to being able to throughout the week or we can
Hmm.
just go to this restaurant. Like even any restaurant, it don't even have to be a $400 restaurant. It could be a $70 restaurant. But
Yeah.
growing up, we didn't have that luxury all the time to go out because when you came home, homework,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Make sure this is like we didn't have that, but now it's like as we get older, and that's another like beautiful thing to see too as I get older, like doing things for your parents that it's like dang, like I remember say if I take my mama, I'm like I remember my mom used to take me out,
Yeah.
me and my brother, you know what I'm saying? And the whole meal was on her. So now like oh we went to Nordic Mall one time and we caught like a good deal. Like it was like it had like some lobster. They had like a sale on the lobster.
Yeah.
We both had a lobster. It was like 2 for margaritas. Like we had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel I picked up the whole tab regular, but it was just like it feels beautiful to like do things like that. 'Cause I know my mom is just happy, not even thinking about it, but it's just like
Yes.
we're big now, so you can do that. And
Exactly.
I'll tell people out there like, bro, do something for your sister or your aunt or your mom just out the blue, like just cause, like you know what I'm saying. Like I cherish you, like I appreciate you. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. Like hit somebody like a if you invite somebody out for a dinner on a Tuesday, it might really catch them off guard sometimes, just because it's like on a Tuesday?
Of course.
Then they think about it, then it's like if it's just a gesture, it's like, oh, let's go with it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And like little stuff like that is very impactful and helpful. And you don't even know what that'll do to the person's mental that you did.
Hmm.
Because sometimes people just need to be pulled out their environment for a
Yeah.
couple of minutes or an hour or two, so they
Exactly.
can see like, damn, like that's just that environment. The world doesn't consist in this little environment. That's why sometimes you have to take a walk or go to another town, go to a next village and do something different. Like,
Mm-hmm.
word.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. No, thank you for sharing that. I think that's so true. And I think
Yeah.
you have such a pure heart and spirit, right?
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people, and specifically men too,
Yeah,
like
exactly,
not
man.
not
Specifically in men.
right.
Facts.
And black, I mean, June is Men's Mental Health Month, so we highlight, and the
Yeah.
focus is definitely on like men this month.
Yeah.
But I think even just you having that mindset or that heart to say like, let me just do something for my mom just cuz, or
Yeah,
for my
bro.
family just cuz. Not everybody thinks like that, because everybody's like, people are trying to figure it out, people are
Right.
struggling, people are a lot of times very self focused.
Yeah.
So I think that's very like just pure, I think.
Yeah. No, but I'm guilty of that too, of just being in that mode all the time and being self like
Hmm.
inward. But I realized that to get the best of me, sometimes I have to get away from me
Yeah.
and I have to do for others so I can feel that feeling that I want to feel for the family. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's like sometimes you'll go so hard. Like let's say you want to get like to 10,000, right?
Hmm.
And boom, you grinding, grinding, grinding. You get to 6,000. At 6,000, you could basically do what you would want to do at 10.
Yeah.
So it's like instead of going straight to 10, pick your head up a little bit and look around, and be like, oh shoot, like I could do this real quick. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And it'll be all right. Like
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah, sometimes we grind till we get to the whole pie, but it's even like 'cause I realize too, like sometimes family they don't really care about your riches and your wealth. Like
Yeah.
they don't care. Like you go run up $1 million
Hmm.
and your mom still might look at you the same way. Like you're still a little kid, bro. You're still a little junior. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
sometimes money is not always it. They
Never.
cherish the time and like what
Yes.
you do with the time that you cherish with them, and then you even stepping up out your way and putting yourself there and telling them, hey, I'm taking you here, or hey, let's go there.
Yeah.
They love that because that's all parents be wanting. Parents just you ever like, oh, my kids don't even check on me, or my kids don't
Yeah.
even do this. So look, like that's all they be wanting sometimes, bro. Take
Hmm.
my Dukes to IHOP on a Saturday one day, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
cause like
Some
little
breakfast.
diner work, like
Exactly.
yeah, little stuff like that. Like they love stuff like that. So worry, I'm trying to grind to make sure something is like that very frequently.
I love that. No, thank you for sharing.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, let's get into one of the next topics or questions, right?
yeah. What
Um,
else we was talking about?
where does your confidence stem from?
Hmm. I say my confidence stems from looking in the mirror. Like literally, like that's where I get my confidence. And I had learned like a while ago that like I used to go to the gym very frequently, but I realized like at a certain point in time, when you go to the gym, you're not going for your body anymore. You're not going for the physical, you're going more for the mental.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you work out 3, 4 times a week, no matter what you do, but if you go 30 minutes, 3, 4 times a week, your body is going to transform. Whatever you're working on,
Yeah.
if you're going like this, you're gonna get the big chest. If you're working on your abs, you're gonna get the
Yeah.
abs. If you're running, you're gonna be slimmer.
Mm-hmm.
But at a certain point, it was just like you had to go there for your mental, just to like I bet like I worked on myself. Like I got here, I did something
Yeah.
productive. Like I know I did something productive for the day. So I say like it came from the miracle. I realized like every time that let's say I'm in that mode or I see my body transforming into what I'm building it to be, I feel more confident. Like when you feel good, when you look good, you really feel good. And
Yeah.
like so it's like when you see yourself in the mirror, like what do you see?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I like what I see. I'm confident in what I see. I know what I
Mm-hmm.
bring, and then also too, like you said, you mix the. I'm pure.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a facade. I don't have a gimmick. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm very pure, so I know that.
Mm-hmm.
So I appear as that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's kind of where my confidence stems from.
Yeah. I love that.
Hmm.
That was a bar. That was a gem bar. Everything in one, for sure. I think
Yeah.
that's so important, right? Because there's a lot of people walking around who maybe aren't as confident in themselves, right? But
Yeah.
and I think that's
Oh,
okay, right? Like
yeah.
some
It's
people
not.
have to,
It's not the
I
end of the
do
world.
I do believe in faking it till you make it. Like you may not feel confident,
Hmm.
but tell yourself affirmations. Tell yourself what you need to tell yourself
Yeah.
until you get to that place. So I think it's great when it's authentic and it's true and you really feel confident waking up,
Yeah.
going about
We're.
your day to day.
But like also too, my confidence comes from my mindset as well. I'm
Mhm.
very positive oriented. Like you know what I'm
Mm.
saying. I'm very much of an optimism. So it's like I'm gonna always think of a better place or a better situation, a better idea, a more positive look on anything. Could be
Mhm.
the most negative thing ever that you think. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But I'm like, it's not even that bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you were hell bent, like you're bent
Yes.
over, like oh my god, it's like the world is ending, and I'm like,
It's not that
nah, it's
serious.
not. It's not even that serious. Like
Yeah.
you can do X, Y, and Z, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how I look at it. Everything is not that serious, and realizing too, like, so many times people tell me like they like my energy, they like my positivity. So
Yeah.
understanding like that's me is just like everybody don't have it and I do. So it's kind of just like I get to move a little different too. That
Yeah.
adds to my confidence too. When people
Absolutely.
can like they know, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to say nothing. Like people just know by being around me, how I move and how I orchestrate, like, oh no, there's something different about him. That'll also add to
Yeah.
your confidence too. Not even just on somebody like boosting or bragging or none of that shit, but it's just facts are facts. Like you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So for people to honor and understand, respect what's going on, like and that also helps with my confidence as well.
Yes, absolutely. I that's one thing I can say.
Hmm.
Yatta's energy is like different. Like
I
I don't
appreciate
think
it, cuz.
that's definitely I think one of the, you know, positive traits about you, right? Where
Thank you.
it's like your energy is, just high, like high
Yeah,
vibrational,
all the time.
whereas like you somebody maybe could come in low
Hmm.
or a medium and they're
Yeah,
gonna get on
they gotta get there,
they're
right?
gonna get there by being around you. I really feel
Yeah.
that way. Like, and I think that's just a good quality to have because
Yeah.
there's just a lot of
Hmm.
you know, low vibrational just things in general, right? In the
Yeah,
world
no,
right
and
now.
things in general. I love that one.
In
Yeah,
general,
things in
like,
general. There's a lot of low vibrational things.
yeah.
Facts.
So I think it's great. And it's like you show up that way, you're consistent. It's not
I
like,
appreciate that.
I catch you on an off day and you're
Yeah,
just different.
there's
It's
no
like
off days.
it's consistent.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, word. That's a fact. Yeah, you gotta stay high, and that's it's cool too, cause that's some things that I like. Like I thrive on. I like creating light in an environment. Like I like bringing up the energy. Like you know what I'm saying. Like seeing somebody might not walked in 100%,
Yeah.
but I know like nah, bro. Like I could fake. You know what I'm saying. Curated to get it there. So I kind of like it. But it's also too. I remember I went on an interview and it was like, what makes you most uncomfortable? And I told them being the smartest in the room
Mm,
because it's like sometimes like let's say I'm illuminated, right? But I'm around like people that's not so illuminated.
mm-hmm.
They might try to instead of trying to help me shine the light, they're gonna try to take the light.
Oh, for
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? So it's like I don't like being around people that ask like questions from certain angles. Like you can
Mm,
feel when a question came from a certain place. It's like, bro, like why
yeah,
would you ask that? You know what I'm
for
saying? Because
sure.
people try to shed the light.
Yeah.
So it's like be like having the light. That's why you gotta stay humble and even keen as well. Like you can't
Mm-hmm.
get too high, you can't get too low
Yeah.
because the wolves are around, the sharks are
Mm-hmm.
around, the piranhas are around. They're
Yeah,
always around.
for
So
sure.
you gotta know that. That's part of us. That's also a mental game. You gotta know these sharks and piranhas are around. Like you
Yeah.
can't just move around life thinking, nah, everything good. Like
Yeah.
no, they are around. You gotta beware. So keeping that mental knowledge as well, you know what I'm saying? It helps me move how I gotta move and filter the light.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's smart. That's game.
Yeah,
That's just moving
tactical.
tact. Right. That's the new thing now, right? I'm like, I can't keep up. I cannot keep up with the new slang.
I'm
Moving
crying.
tact, moving tactical. Yes, you have to. That's how you got to
You
move.
gotta move tack. You gotta move tack. You gotta move tack.
Because if you don't,
Yeah, you
you
gonna get
know,
slayed, bro.
sometimes you can, but that's
Sometimes,
that's the
sometimes.
thing because I think
Hmm.
sometimes people can try to, you know,
Try what?
maneuver from different, like you were saying, maneuver from different angles, ask weird, like
Oh yeah,
basically
yeah. Go out their
bring your
way.
vibration down.
Exactly.
But
Those
then,
people.
I feel like sometimes it doesn't work. Like
Oh,
when you're able
yeah.
to kind of just see, like, and that's where I think it's so important to just be mindful, right?
Hmm.
Like of the people who you do have around you. Like what are their situations?
Right.
How's their mood been? What do they have going on in their lives?
Yeah.
Because that can tell you like, okay, maybe I need to create certain boundaries, like
Hmm.
not be around this person as much right now because they're
All right.
in a season or
Hmm.
whatever, right? And so, yeah, I think just being mindful of that is important.
Yeah, but also too, you gotta remember it's easier for certain people than it is for others.
Yeah.
So everybody doesn't have that quality or that trait, but you can develop it, and that's why I'm saying is very good for your mental to
Yeah.
be able to realize and
Mm-hmm.
be true in time and realize sharks and piranhas are definitely around, and you gotta beware. Gotta beware for real.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah.
Hmm.
No, thank you for sharing.
No, I love it here.
Yeah,
Like I
period.
love it here. Yeah.
And yeah, let's get into the album now, right? Let's talk about it because that's why
Yeah.
we're here.
The
We're here to talk about
question
mental
mark
health, but
album.
we're also here to talk about the album.
Yes.
Um, before we get into like, you know, the name like the
Mm-hmm.
idea behind the name of the album, which
Right.
I want to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely want to even just talk about your journey with music, right? Like you start in
Ooh.
music, like what was that like for you?
Yeah. Nah, it's been a fun journey, like that you say that and like looking at where I'm at now and how far I came. I started making music like in COVID, like when
Mm-hmm.
COVID hit like 2020. I remember making music. I was recording in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And it's like I think I was recording with Chef G Pops. And I say I think because like he told me he was Chef G Pops. And my cousin had took me there. My cousin fake confirmed that it was Chef G Pops too.
Mm.
And he was fucking with my music and shit. I remember he was like, yo, like give me $50, I'll get you a feature with Chef G. And I'm
No.
like, all right, and I gave bro the 50, but I never see bro again.
Oh my
No cap.
gosh.
But it's cool though, because that like even those beginning recording sessions like helped me. Like I still think about those stuff to the day. I still bump some of those songs. I don't have a lot of them, I still bump. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just been a journey because I'm a pop artist first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? And I went pop just for the creativity
Yeah.
aspect because I make music. I make music. Like I create music for like people that love music.
Yeah.
I understand the influence and the power and the impact that music has on people's lives
Mm-hmm.
simply because I'm a product of it. I remember walking to school. This is a 20-minute walk to school. All I'm doing is listening to music. I remember music just getting you. If you get in a certain mood, what do we do? We listen to music. When we're in our car, what do? We listen to music. When we
Yes.
work out, what do? We need music. Why? To
Mm-hmm.
get that motivation. Like music is such a heavy influence on life that if you put energy into that, like if you make music for specific people, if you make music for a specific person, that shit's gonna hit. It's gonna
Yeah.
get there. But it's just a matter of consistency. So here I am with my third album, The Question Mark, right? Just
Mm-hmm.
remaining consistent with the pop artist. And like here I feel like this album right here has my sound on it. Like
Mm.
this is a distinct Yatta sound. Like this is Yatta Rax. This is a pop artist. Like it has it because the album is called The Question Mark because when I send my music out to my people or people listen to my music,
Yeah.
everybody's like, yo, like I never expect like they don't know what they're about to listen to because you might hear some country shit, you might hear some Latin shit, you might hear some hip hop, you might hear
Yeah.
anything you don't know. That's why it's the question mark. So
Yes.
there's 8 songs on this album.
Fire.
And it's just an amazing piece of work and it's good vibes as we like I said I like to raise the energy.
Yeah.
It's good vibes. Like you could raise the energy with a lot of these songs and pop artist Yada. Like I'm just happy for this piece of work.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the people to hear it. No cap.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. No, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I think that I love that you're like creativity is at the root of it, right? Like you
Yeah.
wanting to, you're not worried about, fitting into a particular because a lot of times people want to, be in a particular niche, right? Or
Yeah.
genre, right? People want to like, do strictly like rap, hip hop,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or
Facts.
R&B or neo soul or whatever
Yeah.
the stuff are. Like I know I'm thinking about K Tronada. They have a specific like K Tronada I feel like is like probably what the most unique
Mm-hmm.
types of like, you know, uh artists that I've like
K
listened to.
Tronada, I'm not really familiar with K Tronada.
So K Tronada,
Pardon me.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
K Tronada is a how would you classify? I don't yeah, they're so that's why I'm like they're so
It's a
it's
clique,
so
it's like a group.
interesting.
It's a group.
It's one is was it one guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But just or just K Tronada's music,
Mm-hmm.
I should say, is so
He's a producer.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get I
Yes.
gotta get put on. I'm gonna
Yes.
send me. I
I'm
wanna
gonna
listen.
send
I'm
you
like tap in.
his latest. Yeah.
Word. He's tough. That's
Yeah.
fire. I gotta tap in with
Yeah.
bro.
His latest album that dropped,
Yeah.
it's on repeat every I the way how I've been
Word.
listening to that album,
Yeah.
and it's like
That's fire.
yeah, and
That's how I want people to feel about question mark.
listen,
I want people like, damn, this shit fire. Like
yeah, yes,
for a repeat. Yeah,
it's
what question
on
mark on repeat?
repeat, like
That's fire.
shuffle
Yeah.
in order,
Yeah. It don't
shuffle
matter.
again in order, like that's how it's been for me.
I'm gonna tap in.
Yeah, and I think it's assorted.
Mm-hmm.
It's assorted. You're getting different things,
Yeah.
and I love that. For you, it's about the creativity and
Yeah.
just exploring in that way, being explorative rather than fitting into this particular. Because I think with
Right.
music now, a lot of the artists now
Sound
sound
the
the
same.
same. So
Yeah.
I think for me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm always like. can I hear something different?
different. Yeah.
And so I think that's a great thing that you're doing.
That's why I went pop though too, because a lot of people don't know pop just stands for popular music.
Mhm.
So I look at like a lot of pop artists are as like as the ultimate artist. Like pop artist Justin Bieber. Like
Yeah.
Justin Bieber can make a song in any genre.
Mhm.
Literally. You know what I'm saying? Like once he remixed the you don't need no you don't need no other body. Like once he remixed that,
Mhm.
it was done for me. I'm like, and he got it. You feel what I'm saying? That was
Yeah.
Afro and he went crazy.
Mhm.
You think of like Maroon 5, like Adam Levine. I mean, he got rap songs out too. He got songs with rappers and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I just look at them as the ultimate artist, and like I just love the fact I like the creativity, like you said, I like the freedom, because also too what often happens in the music industry is right. Let's say somebody comes out with a hit,
Mhm.
like a hip hop song, like he's rapping or whatever, right?
Yeah.
When he drops his album, or let's say later in his career, he's trying to transition to something else. Like maybe he found a new sound. Him being creative, he wants to go another route.
Mhm.
His fans, they don't want that new stuff. They want what they fell in love with.
Yeah.
So if I come into the game already telling you, hey, bro, don't fall in love with this song, because this is not just because I made this rap song doesn't mean that I'm gonna be continue delivering rap songs. Like
Yeah.
get comfortable with this or find something else. But I create such like a different batch of music.
Yeah.
Is that one of them gotta hit you?
For
A
sure.
couple of them, or it might I want to be that exception. Like yo, I don't usually listen to country, but when y'all to drive country, I gotta listen to it. Or like I don't really listen to no pop, jazzy, boom, boom, boom shit. But like
Mhm.
I'm gonna listen to Yatta, so I want to be that. Like I want to be that exception. Like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like crossover. Like
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think the fact that you even make a variety
fact.
of type, music
Hmm.
and sounds, it can reach more people, right?
Exactly.
In a maybe even shorter
Exactly.
amount of time because you have something for everybody.
Exactly, and
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying too. Is like I said, like we always want to shed light in the world. So like I said, if my music is overseas and is moving people like in a good vibration, people are partying, people are celebrating, like
Mm.
that's major. Like you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like that's what it's about. Like we want to continue. Like I said, anything I do, what they don't want to hear is based upon moving the culture forward. And
Mhm.
that's not just for what they don't want to hear. That's a lifestyle. Anything I do, we trying to push the culture forward. Rhythm and juice. This is healthy
Mhm.
juice. You know what I'm saying? You drink healthy juices, it's good for your body. There's no
Yeah.
additives, no sugar. It's damn near the best thing to drink next to water. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that's pushing the culture forward. Because if we make our culture healthier, what are we doing? We're extending our our lifespan now. So
Yeah.
now instead of quote unquote 75, you drink a couple rhythm and juice out the week, you might get 81 now,
Yeah.
pushing the culture further. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Music that I could have people moving in different states, different countries, over wherever, people having a good time,
Mhm.
people playing my music at a wedding, like a time
Yeah.
of love coming together.
Yeah.
That's pushing the culture forward. So like that's what we on. Like we want to push the culture forward. Like
Mhm.
we gotta go get what's ours. We
Absolutely.
gotta go get what's ours. The world is ours. Like we gotta just
Absolutely.
go get it. That's it.
Yeah.
Word.
Absolutely. No, thank you for sharing. And
No cap.
I
We
love
here.
it. I love it. And I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait, to hear
Yeah.
it. And I think we're gonna have a
Oh,
special a
let's do
special
it. If it's that
perform
time,
performance.
it's that time.
I think it's that time.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I got you.
Yeah.
You got run it back with the volume.
Run it
Thank you, thank
run
you.
it back. Well,
And one more time with the little with the young man move like I got mad grades in my head. I can't sit around if I don't smell money in the air. Said money is attainable, some feel it's not there. Those the same ones singing songs like life not fair. I'ma tell the truth, I took risk in this. Had the same info, you just had that face. Even they own joy cause they like to compare. Said, look, unlike Jordans, baby, I don't come in pairs. Known to light a room up like a chandelier. She feeling comfortable, underwear disappear. Voila, what do you want from me? I could fulfill a prophecy. There's no I in team, but there's me. My dream and goals, they fall on me. I'm pushing through resiliencies. My music over many seas. They couldn't flex this beat like me. Honored if ever RIP. Less poverty and some more peace. American dream, my pockets obese. Sold out seats. Look, I'm at the garden, sold out seats. Knew I would make it my belief. They didn't think I was elite.
hey.
Now them same people obsolete. They names ain't nothing in these streets. I stay down, turn me to a beast. I feel like Roddy in the east. I'm in her belly like the beast. She feel the safest just with me. Round after round, I'm talking repeat. Producer Yatta, I'm putting the beats. I might have a son end up calling him Brinks. I might have a son end up calling him Brinks. Who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks? The world is polluted because your breath stinks. I hope you go extinct. Different human, I must be an earthling. Can we fucking just keep it a fling? I don't wanna have to label it a thing.
Hey.
In my dream and goals, they fall on me. I'm pushing through resiliency. My music over many seas. They couldn't flex this beat like me. Honored if ever RIP. Less poverty and some more peace.
Hey, hey.
I'm at the garden, sold out seeds. I'm at the garden, sold out seeds. Mo, right with me.
It's a
They
vibe.
couldn't
Okay.
flex this beat like me. Honored if ever RIP. RIP.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't flex this beat like me. You think I was elite? Now them same people obsolete. Yeah, man. I mean,
That was
that's pop groove
great.
off for the question mark. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
Energy,
Mm-hmm.
energy, pop shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Mm-hmm.
can't do that.
Yeah.
And I like just creating that. Like, shouts to TJ, man. That's a producer I met off of doing a song with another guy I did a song with, and we did a Spanish song. Me and my guy Joey. Shouts to Joey Reyes as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Yo, y'all, like, I just found a new producer, bro. You should tap in." He sent me connects to TJ.
Yeah.
TJ produced 2 songs that's on question mark. Pop Groove, that one, and then he also produced Gaija, which he's also on, which is also that one's gonna go crazy too. So
Dope.
it's a lot of good stuff in the motion. But yeah, I feel real excited about this album. Like
Yeah.
vibey, like we here,
Definitely.
like you know what I'm saying. Pop star Yada is about to have that attraction. Like they're gonna be like, oh shit, like I see what's going on.
Period.
Yeah,
I love that. I'm
thank
excited
you,
for
bro.
you. I'm
Thank
excited for
you,
you.
bro. You
First,
gonna be right there.
I'm gonna
Tell
be right
you,
there for sure.
bro, gonna be
It was a
for
whole. It
sure.
was a whole vibe. Okay.
But you gonna be right there, bro. Don't worry. We got the garden sold out seats. You know,
So,
I'm gonna give you 2 tickets. You got 2 tickets.
oh,
You know what I'm
period.
saying?
Being a plus
Period.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, whoever.
Yeah.
You might get 4. Look, like, feel me? You know what I'm saying? You
Yes.
know how we rocking. I'm here,
No, for
man.
sure.
Y'all the racks.
I'm excited for you. I definitely see it for you.
Thank you,
Like,
Mo.
just keep doing what you've been doing.
I appreciate that.
Keep your your energy high and pure, and
Yeah.
keep working. Keep grind. I know you will, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
sometimes just
Mm-hmm.
getting that external
Right.
um motivation sometimes,
Exactly.
or just
Yeah.
confirmation, or
We need it.
yeah, that you're on the
The
right track. Yeah.
reformation. What's it called? Reassurance.
Reassurance
There you
that
go.
you're on the right path. You're on the right
Yeah.
track. You're doing everything that feels
Thank you.
good and right for you, and just keep going.
Yeah. Thank you, Mo. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that, man.
You're welcome.
Yeah. That's that.
Yeah.
The question mark. Like
That's
I'm
it. Question
telling you,
mark.
bro.
Um, and we just got a live performance, so I think that was everything.
Yes, thank
Um,
you.
but yeah, I mean, before we because we we getting down
Mhm.
to wrapping up, but I do think just another segment that I usually incorporate in every episode is the affirmation segment, right? Like, what's like a quote? Um, it could be a
Mhm.
scripture, it could be a just something that you live by, that you tell yourself, or that
Yeah.
has maybe inspired you at some point. um
Um, I could tell you there was a saying that I learned. Basically, an older lady told me.
mm-hmm,
She told me you got to go through to get through,
mm,
and like it hit me because it was just like, damn, like as cliche as it sounded, it's like you have to literally go through a certain situation to get through the other side to know what's on the other side. Like you ever been faced against a problem and you're looking at it and it's like it seems so huge. Like the problem just seems so like dang, like it's
yeah,
defeating almost. But you still somehow at the end of the day, 2 weeks later, it's no longer a thought.
right,
You literally have to go through it to get through to the
yeah,
other side.
yeah,
That would be one, and then another one. I'm gonna leave you guys with this one. Shouts to Reef Major, own lane, no traffic.
mm,
And when he really like broke that down to me, this is like earlier in the stages of Reef and Yada, like building that connection.
mm-hmm,
It's just literally like, bro, like you're in your own lane. There's no traffic. So if you're focused on what you're supposed to be doing, literally nobody can come in your lane and take it. Because if you're in your own, that's it. Like if you just focus on what you gotta do,
Mm-hmm.
that's it. Some people be focused on 4 lanes. They be in
Yeah,
4 or 5 different lanes. That's why they be in traffic.
for sure.
If you're in your own lane, there's no traffic.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my 2 gems right there, 2 quotes. I will
Mm-hmm.
leave the your mental podcast
Yeah.
people with.
Leave the audience with. I love that. I think those were both great ones.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely, shout out to Reef. I definitely
Shout
like,
out to Reef, man. Mr.
yeah,
Major.
yeah,
Or
only no traffic. Yeah, just like tunnel vision,
tunnel
right?
vision. Yeah, facts.
Mm-hmm.
Literally just like that. But it's just when you say only no traffic, it's like I think of a highway and it's like, bro, boom. Like if I'm in my way, there's nobody. I'm looking. There's nobody ahead of me.
Yeah.
There's nobody behind me because I'm in my own lane. Because everybody got
Mm.
their own lane.
Mm-hmm.
So there should never be a
Good
merge.
gem. Yeah.
Everybody has their own lane. Like we all built with our own lane. Our lane is our goals, our destination, our destiny.
Yeah.
That's our lane. Like it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
You're the only one that can stop you from getting there. You know.
That's it.
That's it.
Ooh. Dro- Dropping gems.
Literally.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I think that was great. I think that was, I think that was the perfect way to kind of just like leave the audience.
Right.
Um,
Snap, 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 snap,
yeah,
snap, snap.
for sure. And
Drop the
like,
mic.
absolutely. And definitely, I want you to like, let, the listeners, the audience know like
Mhm.
anything you have upcoming, anything you want them to know.
Oh,
I know you also have your podcast, what they
yeah.
want to hear, anything, you know.
New so basically boom, like as you know, the question mark is coming out. That's dropping January 28th. Is a Friday.
Mm.
It'll probably be out by the time this drops, but definitely tap in. We're gonna be on all platform Yatta YATTARACKS, no spaces, Yatta all platforms.
Oh wait, June 28th, right? You said
June 20, I'm off for
January
June
something.
28th. Yeah,
Make
June
sure they don't get
28th.
confused.
Don't forget tap in with what they don't want to hear.
Mm.
Rhythm and juice. Also, too, I'm actually gonna be starting a new podcast venture as well.
Okay.
Another podcast venture I could say. We just basically just
Exciting.
adding to it. You know, what they don't want to hear is still safe and sound, still pushing that 100%.
Right.
We just expanding now, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I said, I realize the power that a podcast has. You
Yes.
do it with the right people. Like there's people that want to be in the space, but they don't necessarily know how to connect the dots.
Right.
So now, even you, Mo, you've been doing your podcast consistently for a while now. You're valuable in this space.
Mm-hmm.
You might see new people or friends. They might want to start, and they're asking you. So you're the
Yeah.
resource. So it's like you gotta understand how powerful you are in this game, and I understand kind of how powerful I am in this game. And
Mm-hmm.
if it makes sense to team up with somebody else and create another form of fashion or another hub,
Yeah.
another community,
For sure.
let's do it.
Why not?
Why not? Let's
Yeah.
run it up. It's enough for everybody. Like
Yes. Always.
so. Yeah, I'm
I love
excited. I'm excited
that.
for that too. Yeah.
Me too. I can't wait to see it. For sure.
Yeah.
And I always think like with collaboration podcast wise
Mhm.
or just branching out and starting something new, it's still like risk. There's still a bit of risk there with
Of
that,
course.
right? But I think trust in the process and,
Yeah.
the confidence,
Right.
right, that you carry is what will help to kind of see it through.
Like you said, like since you have the experience, you're like I'm happier to do it, and I'm like the like the bang on the head. I'm
Yes.
not scared of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some people be scared. Like it's like as you like when you grow older
Hmm.
and your mom used to like smack your hand or whatever. You know, that shit used to hurt at a point in time. And then one time she did it and that shit didn't hurt. It was like, all right,
You ate it. It
whatever.
was nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, but some people be so scared of this that they don't go. But
For
if
sure.
you already, nigga, that shit ain't nothing. Like, let's do it.
Yeah.
We going through the smoke, the fire, and all that. Cause I know it's
Yeah.
on the other side, bro. I know it's gonna come, but I know how to. Nah, watch out. That shit ain't nothing, bro. Don't worry
For
about that.
sure.
It's easy now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
we could start from 0, but we're gonna go to 80 a lot faster.
Yes.
Just because of that. And that's why I'm trying to tell you, stay focused, do what you gotta do, continue to produce in your lane, continue to produce with your craft and stay consistent with it because by the 4th, 5th year, you're a wizard in that field.
Yeah.
And now you're valuable and now you can use that leverage to do so much other stuff that you couldn't even think about because you're only a year in.
Yeah.
So keep going, get to that year 4, get to that year 5 when people's telling you, yo, I want to do this. And it's the same thing you're doing: photography, music, digital coding, making websites,
Mm-hmm.
doing hair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once people start coming to you like, yo, like I want to start doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Now use that to your leverage and go from there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Word.
And like you said, there's room for everybody. So
Of
I think
course.
anybody who's interested in starting a podcast, I always recommend do it.
Yeah.
Try it. Try
Yeah.
it. Because there are some people who try and they realize, I can't or don't want to.
Right.
Because because that's the thing. I feel like you don't know how something is until you start doing it.
Exactly.
Right. And then sometimes when people actually
Exactly.
start doing it, they're like,
Yeah.
ooh, there's a lot that
There's a
comes
lot of
with this.
yes. That's a
Right.
fact.
So I always say anybody interested in doing it, try it. Why
Mhm.
not? Like, in the last I actually was a guest on somebody else's show the other day,
Yeah.
and they were just asking me like what piece of advice would I give somebody who was interested in starting a podcast. And I always say like you don't need a lot. You don't need it.
Yeah.
Like I think because when people see like, oh, you're recording at a studio, it's lights, it
Right.
looks you don't have to necessarily start at a studio.
Yeah.
Like it's sometimes because and that's like
Right. You
I don't
don't.
I don't share my podcast journey often, but like the times where it kind of presents itself is I started strictly audio. I was
Yeah.
not
I think I remember you
visible.
telling me that.
Yeah, I was not visible. I started very, it was
Mm-hmm.
just humble beginnings, right?
Right.
I'm like, I know that I want to, put this message out there, and I'm a little nervous. So I started with just an audio recorder,
Yeah.
and I was doing it right in my living room, and then I was uploading it just straight through like on the audio platforms only.
Yeah.
And then eventually like, I grew to like say like, okay, the visuals and stuff is growing more and becoming a more of like a just prevalent thing where people want to see you now.
Right.
So now let me try.
Exactly.
And then I got to this place. But I think for anybody that just wants to test it out and try it, you could just start audio if you want.
Nah, for
And
sure.
you can and build from there. But definitely try it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always open to like giving advice or just sharing my journey,
Right.
because I don't talk about it often because it feels like it was so long ago, but it really wasn't.
Nah, word.
It
I'm
wasn't
trying.
that long ago.
Exactly.
So
A
that's
lot
what.
can happen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You just
Mhm.
stay consistent.
Mhm.
Shouts to you, and that's what I'm saying. Because to even have, like I said, we shot an episode like earlier in the
Yeah.
year. For you to still have a podcast still running and
Mhm.
going is like kudos to you. Like I'm happy
Yeah.
for you because it's a lot, like you said.
Yeah.
And also too, I'll lead the people with the gem is 90% of podcasts don't make it to 10 episodes.
Mm.
90% of them. That's a lot.
Mhm.
So you do what you want with that information. You know what I'm saying? But
Per.
per.
Period. Yes, but no, thank you so much,
Thank you for
Alex,
having me,
for
cuz
pulling
this is
up.
amazing. Like I love it here.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, this was
Telling you,
great.
like this is a great, it's a soft environment. You could be yourself. Like
Yeah.
I love it. Like
Very much so. When
hmm
you come here, I want you to anybody who comes on a pod, I always want them to feel safe,
yeah,
comfortable,
like
and
definitely felt that 100%. Like I
yeah,
felt natural, comfortable here, vibey,
for sure.
good vibes,
Good.
rhythm and juice on the set. Like
Listen, the juice is juicing, okay? Make sure y'all run up this juice. Rhythm and juice, 10 out of 10,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay?
You know what's going on.
Yes. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Your Mental
Yes,
Matters podcast, guys. We are out.
deuces.